Aren't we the only one where you're not allowed to double end in North America?
Double end is kind of that misconception word. You can double end anything, but you can't represent two parties in the same transaction. So that's called dual agency, or in what many people call limited dual agency. So back in the day, in the early 2000s, it was very common for buyers to want their own representative. So it kind of made sense, right? But at the time, realtors kind of all worked for sellers because we put their listing on the MLS system. It was called MLS.ca. And so the legal workings of that were quite different. And today, the legal workings are, if you work with a buyer, that buyer has an agency relationship with you. And if you're working with a seller, that seller has an agency relationship with you. And only in very, very special circumstances in very remote areas of the province could the agent potentially represent both parties. And so, dual agency in BC was banned in 2018. When I sold my house in Ontario back in 2003, when I left, because I wasn't a real estate agent then, and I didn't realize that it would be a conflict of interest for the realtor to not only represent the buyer and also the seller in the same transaction. But I can tell you, like, when the transaction was over, I didn't feel great about it, but I didn't really know why I didn't feel great about it, actually, until I became a real estate agent in 2008. And then looking back on it, I was kind of like, oh man, I was happy. I sold my house. Everything was great. But I was kind of left with a feeling like I could have got more money. I could have got better terms. There are little things about the transaction that kind of bugged me. So I think the changes from 2018, sort of banning dual agency, I think have been very good for consumers. And I think it's a good change. Being the only jurisdiction in North America that does it, however, does put a burden on real estate agents, licensees, I should say, to kind of explain what's different here.